It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC North. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games, but you played in weather like this. What's it like?
Oh, man, there is nothing better. Kind of brings you back to your roots of having a snow day, a day off of school, and just get all your buddies in the neighborhood and just go play outside. But in all seriousness, it actually really benefits the offense. I mean, people always are questioning the passing game and whatnot. The offense knows where they're going. It's on the defense to react, and that's where the footing and that's where the snow really has its biggest effect. I think today, for both teams, advantage offense.
Here's Evan McPherson. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Throwing right away on the game's first play. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Jackson now on second down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll try and run for this with Henry. He would have a Ravens first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance. But I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough. And they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On the option, they give it to Henry. Finding room across midfield. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And he will get into the end zone. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
1st and 10. First run of the game here for Chase Brown. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
He'll find Andre Yosibas. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Well, it goes without saying. You are a wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And a nice run there. He'll get 8 to the 28-yard line. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Bateman is the motion man. 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete to the veteran, Nelson Aguilar.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
This is Henry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Aguilar goes off in motion. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
In motion comes Andrews. On play action, here's Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. They try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On 4th down, here comes Justin Tucker for the Ravens. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They go play action for Burrow. That one is caught. It's Hudson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosivas.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That is caught. Finding Higgins.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field, simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
Now Brown. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Now, Burrow. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll motion over Flowers. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down. It's a first down and a gain of 13. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
To the air one more time with Jackson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Again, it's Jackson.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Jackson now. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
3rd and long for Jackson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Back to throw, Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Try him again. Another one to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. 2nd and a yard. Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Throwing is Burrow. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Just the lone touchdown in that 1st half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. The Bengals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosivas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Play action now. It's Burrow. He'll get this out wide, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The Ravens offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll get this out to the left flat. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Henry. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half, Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. They get 24 on that line. First down, Baltimore.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. In motion comes Andrews. Second down, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on second down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Bateman is the motion man. Now Jackson, this a designed run to the 5-yard line.
Down in the red zone, designed quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for, but in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short gain.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, second down and goal. Here's Henry, and he will fight his way to the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Point after now from Tucker. He's got it. And the Ravens move out on top, 14-0. There is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
2nd down, Burrow. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. A gain there of 27 yards.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Nice change of pace there on the back end, Mike. They brought dime defense, which means they have 6 defensive backs. That's a lot of guys back there defending this passing game, and when the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball, he tends to hold it longer than his offensive line can protect for, and he goes down for the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Burrow. Back to his big tight end, Gesicki. They gain 18 yards on that one. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
So try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now, Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's gonna set up 3rd down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Third down, 3 to go. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He'll try and get there on the ground. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Burrow to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he will score. Game on. Andre Yosevich. Touchdown, Bengals. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bengals are on the board. It's now 14-7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Hardy now with the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So, here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on first down. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, that second down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting third down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
On third down, here's a run by Henry.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
Ravens sending the punt team out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Ball security a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. The Bengals offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's first and 10. Throwing is Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A carry here for Brown. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Burrow here on 2nd down. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now, 1st and goal. Brown. And he's going the wrong way. Dropped back at the 7.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Aguilar goes off in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Aguilar able to make the catch. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
They come up for 2nd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Henry. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
The tackle by Logan Wilson. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. So out comes a guy who's been here before. Big spot for Justin Tucker. This to win the game. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. So out comes a guy who's been here before. Big spot for Justin Tucker. This one he's got to have. And he has missed this one. No good. And this game, in all likelihood, is headed to overtime.
Man, that's just a tough one to swallow. You've got a chance to win the game right here at the end of regulation. But after that costly miss, they're going to see if they can pull this one out, but in overtime.
Here's 1st down. To throw is Burrow. A ball deep for the end zone. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll be taken down. And that means we are going to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Burrow. Working across the field. This one's to Higgins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On 1st down, Burrow. Try him again. Another one to Higgins. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's to his tight end, Eric All. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. A quick slant taken by Chase.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Second down, Burrow. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
Good blocking, and he's in. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.